Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a Real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a Real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your Real ID at tsa.gov/RealID. That's tsa.gov/RealID. Or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
All right. Welcome to another deep dive. This time we're tackling something a little different, a little unexpected.
Yeah.
We're diving deep into I Always Wanted a Brother.
Interesting choice.
It's a song from the musical adaptation of Mufasa, The Lion King.
Oh, wow.
You know, the prequel.
Yeah.
This song, I think, gives us this really unique look behind the curtain at Mufasa's past.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Especially his relationship with his brother, Taka.
Yeah. It's pretty remarkable how much we learn about them.
And we learn about them before The Lion King, before everything we know from the movie unfolds.
Yeah, yeah.
The title itself, I Always Wanted a Brother,
Yeah.
really sets the stage. It gives
yeah.
us this sense of longing, this deep desire for connection.
Right.
You know, that resonates, I think, whether you have siblings or not.
It really does.
And it makes you wonder, what's the story behind this yearning? What is it about Mufasa that makes him say, I always wanted a brother?
Well, one of the first things that grabbed my attention was how the song begins. Yeah.
This youthful, energetic vibe right from the start.
Yes.
When I am king, you'll always take my side.
Oh, yeah.
It's like such a classic childhood boast.
Totally.
Full of naivete and this like unwavering loyalty.
It reminds me so much of like playing with, my own siblings when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagining all the adventures we would have and promises we'd make.
Yeah, like you're invincible together, right?
Yeah. And then there's that line about their mama.
Oh, yeah.
Asking if they should be up this late.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that totally takes you back.
That's parenting right there.
Yeah.
Captured in a single line.
Yeah, it's so true.
But then, as the song moves along, there's a shift.
Yeah.
It's subtle, but you start to notice it.
It gets a little, a little heavier, I guess.
Yeah, and when Mufasa sings about those birds,
right,
watching the world unfold, it's like he's starting to see the bigger picture, the complexities of life, beyond just their play. And Taka's response to that, you may look down on them, but they are free.
Oh, that's a good one.
That line, it makes me wonder if it's hinting at the differences between them, that might pull them apart later on.
You think so?
Like, is Mufasa drawn to order, responsibility? And Taka, he yearns for something else.
Yeah.
Something more unbound.
Unbound. Yeah, I like that.
I think you might be onto something.
You think?
Yeah, because that contrast between freedom and control.
Yeah.
It seems like it's woven, throughout the whole song.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of Taka's yearning for freedom.
Okay.
There's that really powerful moment.
Powerful, yeah.
When somebody calls Taka a stray.
Oh, right.
And he just jumps in right away. He's like, that's not a stray. That's my brother. You stay away from my brother because I say so.
Ooh.
I mean, wow.
You can just feel the protective energy just radiating from that line.
Oh, yeah. It's so intense.
Yeah. And it makes me think that this isn't just like typical sibling rivalry, right? This is
maybe deeper.
It's a fierce loyalty. It's almost like a possessiveness.
Yeah.
That, could turn into something more volatile.
As they grow older?
Yeah.
Yeah. It gives me chills every time I hear it.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
How those feelings, that intensity might have played a role in what happens in The Lion King.
But before we go there,
okay,
I want to touch on those really poignant lines near the end.
Oh yeah.
I still remember my mother. One season after another, everyone sing for my brother.
Yeah, it's interesting how the song brings up the fact that their mother isn't there.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like we don't know the full story.
Right.
But you can really feel the weight of that loss.
Yeah.
Especially in a pride where family and lineage are so important.
That's so true. And it makes you wonder if that shared loss that they both experienced, if it made their bond even stronger in some ways. But also maybe created this void that ambition and rivalry could fill.
That's a really insightful point. I think you're right.
And then it makes the final scene
okay,
where Taka challenges Mufasa to a race.
Oh, the race.
Hey, Mufasa, I'll race you to the other side.
Oh, man, that one always gets me.
I know. On the surface, it seems like just another playful challenge.
Yeah.
But knowing what we know about their future,
about how it all ends up,
it feels almost prophetic.
Oh, it does.
It feels like a foreshadowing of their paths diverging.
It makes you think, like, is this race just about, a little friendly competition, or is it something more?
Yeah.
Is it symbolic? I mean, are they already running toward these different destinies?
Right.
Even at that young age?
Yeah. And that's what we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
Next.
I'm ready.
We can't wait.
Let's do it. Yeah. It's almost like that race, with one winner and one loser.
Right.
It kind of sums up the challenges they're going to face as they get older.
It makes you think. You can't help but wonder if that competition, that playfulness that we see when they're young, if it becomes something, I don't know, more serious.
More serious, yeah.
So they have to deal with power, responsibility.
Especially with their lineage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, being heirs to the throne of Pride Rock, it's not just about, playing king.
Right, it's not pretend.
It's duty.
Yeah.
It's tradition. It's the survival of their whole pride.
And that's what makes the song so interesting, I think.
Yeah.
It gives us this whole new way to look at Mufasa, who we see as this wise, stoic ruler.
Right.
In The Lion King.
Yeah.
But here we see like a different side.
A softer side.
Yeah, his vulnerability.
Yeah.
His need to connect with somebody.
Yeah.
And maybe even like a little bit of insecurity.
You think so?
As he's, figuring out what it means to be king.
It does. It makes him, less of a symbol.
Yeah.
And more of a real character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's humanized.
Yeah.
And it makes what happens to him later.
Oh, yeah.
Even more tragic.
Way more tragic.
And it makes Taka's, transformation into Scar more complex.
More complex.
Because we see, like, he loves Mufasa.
Right.
He's protective of him.
Yeah.
But there's that tension there. And needs to prove himself.
Right.
It makes his, becoming a villain seem less like just good versus evil.
Right.
And more like, a lifetime of struggles.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's been wrestling with this for a long time.
Yeah, and it's all coming to a head.
It's like a Shakespearean tragedy.
Yeah, two brothers, bound by love.
And ambition.
And they're on this collision course.
It makes you want to go back and watch The Lion King again.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it?
With new eyes.
To try and see.
Yeah, look for the little hints of how they were when they were younger.
Yeah, all those little moments that maybe foreshadowed what was to come.
So for all of you listening out there, think about this.
Okay.
How much of who we are is shaped by our relationships, by, how we interact with our families or our close friends.
Right.
Like, do we see any of Mufasa and Taka's struggles in our own lives?
Like when we compete.
Yeah, when we compete.
When we support each other.
Support when we clash.
Right, those moments of conflict.
With the people closest to us.
Those are big questions.
They are.
And this song, I always wanted a brother, even though it's, about lions.
Right.
It's really about all of us.
Right.
It's universal.
It's about brotherhood, ambition, the choices we make.
And it reminds us that even in stories that we think are simple.
Right. Like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on.
There's always more to it.
It's deep. There are these profound insights.
Yeah.
Into human nature.
Or, in this case, lion nature.
Lion nature. There's always something new to learn.
Always.
Something to think about.
As we've been talking about Mufasa and Taka, I keep coming back to that line.
Which one?
About their mother.
Oh, yeah.
I still remember my mother.
Yeah.
It makes me think that maybe that shared loss, that grief, that they never really talk about.
Right.
It might be like a key part of why they end up where they end up.
It could be.
It can be such a powerful thing.
It changes how we see the world. It influences our decisions, sometimes without us even realizing it. Exactly. And maybe for Mufasa, the loss of his mother made him crave control.
Yeah.
And maybe for Taka, it fueled that need to prove himself.
Yeah, like he had something to prove.
To be seen, to be recognized.
And maybe that shared experience, even though it might have brought them closer together, at the same time, it also created this breeding ground for resentment.
Oh, that's a good point.
As they each trying to deal with their grief in their own way.
Yeah, to figure out who they were without their mother there.
Yeah.
It adds another layer to their story, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests that it wasn't just about ambition or wanting power.
It was something deeper, more emotional.
Yeah, and it's like the song is asking us to look deeper.
Yeah.
To see the things that we don't always see.
The things that shape our lives.
Yeah.
The things that shape the lives of the people around us.
This has really made me think differently about The Lion King, and about sibling relationships.
Yeah, how complicated they can be.
Yeah, especially when you add in loss and ambition.
Loss and ambition.
Yeah. Makes you wonder if things could have gone differently.
Oh, yeah.
If different choices had been made.
It's like, what if Taka had, I don't know, found a better way to get the recognition he wanted?
To deal with his need for attention.
Right, and what if Mufasa had been more aware?
More in tune.
Yeah, more in tune with Taka's insecurities, with the pain that he was carrying.
Yeah, do you think it's possible that they were, I don't know, like destined?
Oh, interesting.
End up the way they did. Yeah, like forces beyond their control.
Yeah, or was it just like a bunch of little choices that they made along the way that we don't even,
That seemed small at the time.
Right, insignificant.
But added up to this this tragic end.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
It is. It's like that butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, where one small thing,
like the flap of a wing, can change everything.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It makes me think of this song, I Always Wanted a Brother.
Yeah.
As like this glimpse
into another world.
Yeah, into another timeline.
Where things went differently.
Yeah, where their bond stayed strong.
Where it didn't fall apart.
And ambition didn't lead to tragedy.
Yeah, it makes you realize that even in stories we think we know, there's always more to discover.
There are other ways it could have gone.
Other possibilities.
It makes you appreciate storytelling.
It does.
And how it can make us question, the things we think are true.
The things we take for granted.
Yeah, the things we just assume are facts.
And it reminds us how important those early relationships are.
It does.
How they shape us.
Yeah. I want to go call my siblings right now.
I know, me too.
Just check in on them.
Yeah, revisit those dynamics.
Appreciate them.
Yeah.
For all their messiness.
Yeah. Even with the arguments.
Yeah.
And the competition.
Yeah, because underneath it all, there's that love, that loyalty.
And that bond that we share.
That can help us through anything.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
we'll
leave you with this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Think about Mufasa and Taka.
Yeah.
And how what we see with them, how it shows up in your own life.
In our own relationships.
You have that ambition, that loyalty.
It's a need for control.
Do you see those things playing out?
Yeah.
In your own relationships?
Yeah. And how can we
learn?
Learn from their mistakes.
From their mistakes.
From their triumphs.
From their triumphs.
So that we can
be better.
Be better friends, better siblings.
Have better relationships.
Yeah. Have better relationships.
More
awareness.
More compassion.
More compassion.
Yeah, I like that.
And on that note,
we'll
bring this deep dive to a close.
Well, this has been fantastic.
It has. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And thank all of you for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning.
Keep diving deep.
And keep diving deep into those stories that shape our world.
Absolutely.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.